Hello, hello. This is Samara, your feminist alchemist, and welcome to your North Node overview reading for 2024. You should be watching this on my new channel that's associated with the main channel, Feminist Alchemist. This channel is called North Node Alchemy, and here is where you will find all North Node videos from me from this yearly reading to everything I am doing throughout the year. A quick note that all of my North Node readings from here on out until further notice will be timeless readings, and you'll be able to find them on this channel as well. So I'm recording one intro for all of the signs. Welcome if this is your first time to one of my readings, and welcome back if you are returning. The messages I got for 2024, they're all also reflected in how I've chosen to set up, or how I was guided rather, to set up the table, my area for this reading. And the message I got was that 2024 is going to be about living from your heart, a heart-led existence. And in some of us, this triggers some type of reaction of, oh, geez, I've heard that so many times before. And what does that really mean? And how is that a really practical way of living? But that idea will keep being repeated until we slow down and really define what that means for ourselves. What does it mean to lead from my heart space, to lead from my intuition? They say you are here for a purpose. You are who you are as you are for a purpose. And when things feel out of alignment with you, or feels like it's not a good fit for you, it's very likely because that's true. Society has taught us that strength is pushing through difficulties and discomfort. And this is partially true, but the universe adds, if you're going to exercise strength in this way, let it be in your consistent efforts to align with your authentic self, to expand, to express your soul through your physical vessel. So for that reason, I will introduce you to what is on the table. We have back in this corner, we have some clear quartz, which was put there for co-creation and manifestation power. Carnelian for the sacral chakra, creativity, enjoyment of life. We have some amethyst in this back corner here, which represent the violet flame, clearing away anything that impedes your connection to your higher self. And then right in the middle here, we have a rose quartz for self-love and dedication to self. And then I was guided to use the color white to represent a clean slate, blank canvas that we will be painting on through the year of 2024. And speaking of which, I was prompted to make my own 2024 sign to somehow infuse this reading with my own creativity because, this is what my intuition and my guides have shown me about 2024, painting onto this blank slate, the writing on the wall, and that question of what, with this blank slate, what are you going to create in your life? And are you willing to use your strength in pursuit of your vision rather than using it to tolerate situations and relationships that don't support nor care about your growth, evolution, and well-being? So let's jump to a little animation now. I'm just going to quickly run through my spread for the North Node, which I've been using since I started doing these readings. So in the first location, we have the universal energies, those big energies that are at play for you to access at this time. Then we have in the second spot, your 5D energy, future self, higher self, In the third position, we have the 3D, what is going on in your physical reality that is showing up as opportunities for healing and expansion. And then in the fourth position, we ask, how can we bridge the 3D with the 5D? How can we bridge where we are to where our higher self is beckoning us to be? In the next position, the fifth position, this is like kind of a wild card position. I pick a topic for each reading. It could be past life, it could be karma, it could be quantum, multidimensionality, etc., etc. This time around, we're going to choose a card to represent the main theme of each season, of each each quarter of 2024. And then we have your final oracles in the middle. And that is that in a nutshell. I invite you now to stick around for your reading. I'm going to light these candles and get started. See you there. Enjoy. Hello, Taurus North Node. Welcome to your 2024 overview, your reading for the year. I will jump right into your cards. I've already done a meditation and pre-shuffled your cards, so we'll jump into your universal energies and see which overarching themes are. I'm going to turn down my music a little bit. I've started using some chillax music in the background for me. I don't think that you end up hearing it. It's not loud enough, and I'm mic'd, so you may not be picking it up anyway. Good, because then I don't have any troubles in case there's a licensing thing. I don't know. Anyway, so universal energies. I'll get back focused for Taurus North Node 2024. Thank you. I'll just get all of them and then we will talk about them. Okay. So your overarching energies, we have work, number 10. Number 43, universal connection. Number 39, channeling guide. And number 2, what is number 2? Got a little, what's number 2? I have to look it up. Encoded, there you go, encoded. So what I'm getting here, Taurus North Node, with work. There's the overarching energy that your work life, I actually don't necessarily feel that this has to do with career necessarily. It's kind of your life's work, your purpose will be coming into play. They're showing me these two like ovaries or even testes. So kind of what you birth into the world, what contribution you make to creation, to the creation of our collective reality. That is an energy that is coming into play for you. So that doesn't have to be work. It can be any role that you're playing, any role that you play, just how you show up in the world, period. Universal connection. Yes, there's a focus around your relations. They don't have to be romantic. And again, it's this energy of how you show up in your relationships, how you show up in your connections, and how you show up in connections to even your values and ideals. Okay, Okay, I'm going to leave that there and let that be clarified as we move on. Channeling guide. Well, this is kind of going together because I feel like what they wanted me to say, or the energy that I was being given, is one where you have something to deliver. You have a universal connection, and you're discovering that what it is that you're connected with, what stream of information, what stream of wisdom, what stream of love, say the quality, the texture of it, what ray of light you are connected to as well. And there's assistance for you in bringing that into the physical realm in 2024. You may need to recognize it first, right? I think some of you will be coming into recognizing it, and some of you already know what it is and are just amplifying it and living it more fully. Because in Encoded, I do feel that this is something that's been given to you, passed down through your ancestry. For some of you, it's your star ancestry. For some of you, it's your earthly ancestry that is passed down through. But it will feel like, I get the feeling that it's going to come to you as if like you were just born with it. You didn't have to learn it. You may need to tailor and hone and practice that skill, but it's definitely something that you were just born into, is what they're showing me. So let's go to your 5D future self and see what comes through there. Discover your destiny. Dive into the details of your North Node placement with a free tip sheet, or purchase your North Node workbook at feministalchemist.com. We have the first chakra, Taurus North Node 2024. Allowance, freedom, I have to move freedom. That doesn't belong there. So it belongs there. Okay. There we go. Grace. Authenticity. And curiosity. One more. That's the bottom of the deck. Merkaba. Merkaba. I'm going to say Merkaba. I think I've been saying it wrong for the past year. I have to look that one up. So, okay. So let's start with the first chakra, which is card number 1. So your future self, higher self, 5D self, wants you to connect with your humanness and your sense of security in your body, your sense of security on Earth, period, and in whatever area of your life, wherever you live, your living situation. They're saying that feeling the comfort that you do have will bring in more of the comforts. And you being a Taurus North Node, Scorpio South Node, Taurus is about, groundedness. It's an earth sign. It's luxurious. Whenever I think of Taurus, whenever I feel Taurus, I think of like firm yet comfy furniture and earth tones and good food and altogether, and warm houses, like well-to-do people with warm houses. I don't know why I think of it in that way, but that's how Taurus appears to me. Like they like to have the comforts of home. And your 5D self is asking you to feel at home in your body first, and then in your environment, and make your environment feel like home, even if it's not right now your ideal situation. You have this card number 9, allowance, that's about receiving the world as it comes to you, because and accepting what is doesn't mean that you're complacent about change or you don't have desires for something else, but it's about, okay, I acknowledge at what's in front of me. Let's see what I can make out of what's in front of me. And then what do I need to bring in then to get to the next level of, comforts that I desire. They keep giving me the word comforts. And in your meditation, the meditation I did before this reading, there was a lot about anxiety and this constant state of not really embracing what is already in your sphere, in your environment. And so, Taurus North Node, there is this grace. I'm going to read the card Grace, number 24. The frequency of grace supports our smooth adaptation to and anticipation of life's currents and changes as we evolve toward a higher version of ourselves on this earthly plane, bridging the divine with the human essence, which is like reflecting exactly what came in this corner with the universal connection card and the first chakra, right? It's about as it says on the card, bridging the divine with the human essence. And I had this feeling of anxiety, tension, or always anticipation was the word that came up, like wanting things to manifest right away. But grace is about allowing the divine to move through your life freely and give you, and therefore also giving you things in the timing that you are best able to receive them, that the world is best able to accommodate them for you, because there's many moving parts. And I'm going to get to what that does with the work card up there, but I feel like I need to finish down here first. Freedom, card 21, and Grace are both hovering around this encoded card, and you have encoded is 2, Grace is 24, and Freedom is 21. So you have the 2s at play in both of these, in all 3 of these cards. I'm feeling here that your 5D self is saying that your talents and your abilities are both earthly and divine. Like there's a part of it that is encoded in your DNA that's almost, let's say esoteric in quality. It just comes to you, and part of it is learned. And with that knowledge, you should allow yourself to expand the ideas of what you feel you're able to accomplish and how you accomplish those things. Because the way that they want you to exercise your gifts in the world is not necessarily the way that you've been picturing it, and that has been blocking the flow of inspiration, the flow of opportunities and blessings that take you down that path to the higher expression of your authentic self, authenticity number 10, which is in this diagonal to your work. So your life's work, this goes for just basically everybody, but for you in particular, this is a theme for you in 2024, Taurus North Node, that the way you show up in the world on a day-to-day basis, the way that you affect the world, the way that you spend most of your time has to be in alignment with your higher self, your authentic self, your soul. It is time. However, they're saying it is time. However, being anxious about it about you not being in exactly the place that you want to be is not helping it come any faster. This is also what your guides want you to know. And that is because there's still you need to explore yourself more and explore how your talents and gifts can be used. Channeling guides, you do have a definite divine connection. You do have something special to share with the world. Curiosity is telling us that you need to be curious about your gifts, be curious about yourself, and test out some different ways that you can show up in the world, or experiment, research. How can I put it? You could have a talent for writing, for example, but there's so many different jobs a writer can have. Someone who has a talent for writing. You can be a journalist, right? You can write a blog. You can write copy for websites. You can write press releases. You can, and the list goes on and on and on and on. There's the talent itself is one thing, but knowing your authentic self on top of that, what sparks you, what satisfies you, what makes you feel fulfilled is a part that you should continue to be curious about in 2024. And understand that some of what you're dealing with in 2024, some of the things that want to come to the surface are expressions of a past self. I'm going to read the Merkaba card. So card 32, Merkaba. The frequency of Merkaba, I'm hoping I'm saying that right, supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. It activates our access to our Akashic inheritance as well, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. So as I said with this encoded card here, there's this strong stream of energy that's coming to wake you up and wake up some knowledge that you already have. And you may have been already becoming aware of that in your dreams, in your intuitive hits, if you are already aware of receiving messages, you have received messages in whatever form they come to you. They want you to know as well that you have the ability to radically change what timeline you are on. Nothing is fixed at this point for you. What they are encouraging you to do is to act in the world all of these other, let's say, it's a very mystical thing you're bringing that's very unique to you and is very needed by others. And some of you will be the full out, I'll say stereotypical definition of the spiritual guru or spiritual person. And some of you will be a very grounded, modern interpretation of that. And I'm leaning towards the majority because of this curiosity, because of this exploration that they are encouraging you to do is just be open to it looking different than you have imagined for yourself. They always show me like a very magical cook. Like you make the best cookies ever, and you make food that makes people, that warms their heart, that makes them smile, and they don't even necessarily know why, right? It could be that simple, right? Which is not simple at all, but people wouldn't come to a chef or a cook or a caterer necessarily thinking they're going to have an eye-opening, transcendent experience, but your magic may come through in that way. So as I said, leave it open. Be curious about how your gifts can show up in the world. Let's move on to what will be going on in your 3D reality as opportunities for you to expand in 2024. down here where it fell. Or do they want it moved? I'll leave that to the side for now. Okay. Well, they're all upright. That's nice, but interesting. And then on the bottom, you have the Magician in reverse. So I'm going to put that here for now while I read this section. Yes. So, I don't mean to alarm anybody, but you may be forced into a new beginning. Losing a job, losing a significant person. Now, this didn't come out as the Tower, so it's not necessarily going to be a shock. You may already well know what change is coming about for you in 2024, because you're not fully unprepared for it. There is, however, this feeling that you can't escape it. This can be anything from, yes, someone having an illness, so you believe, or not believe, you are anticipating their departure or their transition, as I prefer to call it. Your company has announced its closure. You know that you're moving, or your building is being sold and you have to move. But there's some new beginning for sure. That Eight of Swords is telling me that you feel that you're going to feel like you can't escape it, like you're trapped in this circumstance that is not of your choosing. You are, however, somehow prepared for it. It has also, though, or will, shake the foundations of your security, your feeling of security. And then when we get to the Five of Pentacles, yeah, this is the feeling of lack, being left out in the cold, and of not knowing where to move next. This will come to an end, right? As we allow grace in and accept where we are and accept our new circumstances. Like, look at how great that is. The Queen of Pentacles. There will be opportunity. There will be you will find your footing. But finding your footing will require you to let go of what you thought, like what your plans were. So what you had planned for yourself, what you had anticipated. And this is not you may feel it to be a detour, but it's not a detour from your path. It's actually breaking down. All I see here is breaking down of something that you built because it's not meant for you, or it served its purpose already, which can, shake our foundations. They want you, though, to recognize the freedom in it. The Magician in reverse is telling me that you may feel in 2024 that you don't have the power to create anything, that life is deciding for you. And for some of you, you are being radically taken off a path that you were steadily on and had built for yourself, but you're being radically taken off the path because it is necessary. because what you have chosen for yourself, you're too good for. You're too, it's too small for you. It's too small of a container for all that you have to offer the world. And they're like, no. Your guides are saying, no. Your future self is saying, no. That was nice. Now you see that you're able to create something. Now let's create something that's like way, 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 way better. Right? Way like beyond your imagination better. And you're being encouraged to allow and accept the redirection. Let's see how they are, how you are being guided to navigate this energy. I think we already touched upon how to navigate it, but let's see if there's anything more. We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse, clarifying the Fool. We have sorry, I just noticed that I have some dents on this card, on these cards. I use this deck quite a bit. Okay. On the Queen of Pentacles, what is the bridge for the Queen of Pentacles? It's the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Are all of these in reverse? A lot of them. Okay, let me see. Oops. You have the Six of Swords in reverse. Okay, so it didn't matter that I flipped over the deck. They just want to be in reverse. And clarifying the Eight of Swords is the Eight of Wands in reverse and the Queen of Cups in reverse. What is all this reverse energy? And when I was shuffling, one of my crystals got thrown off of the table by your Six of Swords. So I have to go find that later. Yes. So we have the Chariot in the upright at the bottom of the deck. So you do get something upright. Okay, I can go through each of these cards one by one, and I will do so. I can say for the overarching energy of your advice on how to bridge the 5D and the 3D is let the universe take you where it's taking you. That don't resist the changes. See how well you can just go with the flow. Do not over push your influence in 2024 or over push your agenda on the universe in 2024 because they're working very intensively to get you onto a track that is better aligned for you. They're working very intensively. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse I'm seeing as don't over push your agenda. Don't jump on any offer that feels, out of fear or out of wanting to establish some type of security. There's a lot of don'ts. Don't fight this sense of not feeling secure in where you are or this discomfort. Do not fight it. That's the best I could tell you. It's like all of this downwards energy or reversed energy is feeling to me like just don't fight the flow. Just don't fight it. Don't let your fears, don't let your emotions overrun you. Don't let yourself be led into anything out of searching for security, short-term security. 2024 for you is setting the foundations. Now go back to the card that's at the bottom of the deck is the Chariot, and underneath that in the upright is the Knight of Swords, like running for this motorcycle. This is you. Your Chariot you're being propelled forward on a new path in 2024. It's easy for me to say, don't panic, don't let this, don't let that. I'm going to put the Chariot card up here because they want to keep you motivated and let you know that you are supported in this. And even when it may feel difficult to let go of the reins, that you can. And there is an assurance on the other side of letting go. Let's see how your year is going to play out. So these next 4 cards will stand for each quarter of the year. We have in this corner January, February, March. Second card, April, May, June. Then we have July, August, September. And then October, November, December. Okay, so January, February, March, we have Red Jasper, Take Action. Then April, May, June, we have Smoky Quartz, Let It Go. I do love me some smoky quartz. I need to own some more of that. Side note. Let's see what the next is. Taurus North Node. Oh, okay. Rhodochrosite. This is for July, August, September. Remember Your Worth. And for October, November, December, we have some Lemurian Quartz, Practice Patience. Oh, Lord. Okay. I didn't mean for it to come out that way. Lemurian Quartz has been in every reading. I do have one sitting on this table, so and I was intuitively drawn to it. So Lemurian energy, that may be something you want to look up. Yeah. And at the bottom of the deck, you have Agate, Get Back into Balance. So January, February, March, take action. You will have to take action in the first quarter of the year to, let's say, reestablish yourself in some way, or at least establish some sort of security, stability. That's the word they want. Some sort of stability for yourself. Why? Because you're not going to be able to get through this year if you're not grounded. You're going to have to find something to ground yourself in. You are encouraged to find something to ground your root chakra into, whether that's a community, if it's someone who has passed on, a grief group, one-on-one counseling, they're saying it's fine, encouraged as well, but do things where you have a group, you have support of a group. You may have to go out and look for a group. And that's not just for if you're processing grief. That could be for any situation where you feel out of balance. Find a place where you can count on and rely on people, at least, once a week or once every second week that you gather. This could also be physical activity. And some of you just simply need to ground some of your spiritual work, spiritual beliefs into the present. So if you found yourself out of a job, for example, then take action in the direction of whatever your dreams, passions, and desires are. Doesn't mean you have to give up the whole job search, for sure not, but planting those seeds in January, February, March is very important. Planting seeds and grounding yourself into something that makes you feel like yourself, like more of yourself. Smoky Quartz, Let It Go. January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah. As you're taking action, after you take action in the first 3 months, letting it go, there's going to be things that will shake out from the rug, right? You're shaking out the rug, especially if something has changed now that has been stationary, static for a long time. That is all going to kick up dust in the first 3 months. In the second 3 months of the year, you need to start letting stuff go. getting rid of possessions, old feelings, old people, old connections that don't work for you, that make you feel a sense of insecurity. That is what's going to have to happen in April, May, June. July, August, September, remember your worth. Some of you may experience some loss in the second quarter of the year. They want you to remember that you are not your possessions. You are not what you own. You are not the sum of the things that you have collected, which is interesting because Taurus North Node kind of is that sign of luxury goods and possessions, right? But this is about, there are possessions you have that were earned by a person that you aren't anymore. That's one thing they said. Second, if you are on the job market and you haven't found your footing after 6 months, well, which we said that we don't want you to necessarily go and just find anything, right? They want you to remember your authentic self. Remember that there's more for you to reach for, more for you to attain, and that they're holding you from sometimes like actively rejecting you from certain things because it's not for you and it doesn't suit you. It doesn't suit the magic that you are. It cannot contain you. And if you try to contain yourself in it, you're just limiting your greatness. So that's what brings us to the end of the year. Practice patience, that this transition is going to be profound if you let it happen. It can very much be profound, but the universe needs its time to reorganize all of the elements, right? You need time to integrate the changes. And as your vibration changes, then your friend circle changes, then the way you spend your time changes, and all of that takes time. So practice patience means lean into, and I'm feeling this Lemurian intuitive way of going about life as well. Lean into the feminine energetic qualities of receiving. Right? You're receiving messages, you're receiving gifts from past lives, you're receiving gifts from your ancestry. This all takes time. And then that being manifest in the physical world as a way that you work and live and establish a foundation for yourself. Yes, that all takes time. And this also came up in the pre-meditation. I have this little sheet here. It says, missing the point. Deadlines, are they real? Anxiety, seeking comforts. Worry, leave it in the hands of the universe. And will you be ready? You wonder. So that's what came out. And inability to see the blessings in front of you. So I feel that one of the big overarching messages here is, how much are you willing to surrender? Not willing. You need to surrender. They would like you to surrender. They could really help you if you do. It could be incredibly uncomfortable. But your luxuries lie on the other side of allowing the universe in. Let's get your final oracle now. Taurus North Node 2024. Yeah, that's the one. Okay. That's the one. I didn't expect this one, but let's read from the guidebook and find out how it ties in together. Healing the mother line, healing ancestral work. Encoded, channeling. You may be the chosen one in your family. healing the mother line, healing ancestral work, mother line growing up. And you know what? I have this distinct feeling that, past North Node readings I've done for Taurus North Node, there was a big family element in a couple of them where it was like doing a career, taking over the family business, or having a certain education and doing a certain career that was very enforced by the parents. That's what I do remember about Taurus North Node. Some of the past readings. So if you were ever at those, I can't remember what month it was. It was a long time ago, but I do recognize that energy in this reading as well. Okay, what does it say here? We are living in a time of complex healing, especially when it comes to the mother line. Collectively, we're facing the intergenerational trauma that colonialism and patriarchy have imprinted on us, so many born to mothers who were not mothered themselves. It's time to mend the chain. So many of our ancestral lines have experienced brutal persecution and separation from the sacred feminine. We've been starved of the Great Mother's unwavering embrace and instead told only to look to a male god in the sky. So many were not taught to see the sacred in all things and the feminine in all her stages as sacred, powerful, and holy. This way of living has gone on for too long, and we're all being called to heal it on behalf of our ancestors, past and emerging. Healing is possible. It may not be straightforward or easy, but it's possible. It can be felt forward and back. Your ancestors past and future are singing with you. It's time to release our mothers all the way back for what they may not have been able to give, to find a way to cultivate the loving mother within, to treat ourselves with the same deep reverence, adoration, understanding, and compassion that we longed for all along. You can be that for yourself today. You can meet yourself where others could not. And as you do, future ancestors will bless you for finding the courage to release and heal deep. And the transmission for this card is, I reach all the way back to the original mother, and I set all the mothers and myself free. I will not try to interpret that as it relates to everything else. I think that it will resonate for each of you in a different way. So I'm going to leave the reading there. I hope that you enjoyed. Do come back anytime during 2024 to check on your, if you need to recap anything, everything is timestamped for your convenience. And you can check back here at North Node Alchemy for all of the timeless North Node readings that I'll be doing during the year on various topics as they come up in my intuition. So with that, I wish you all the best for the new calendar year, and I will see you again. Take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now.